execution is really getting out of hand, so I've come up with an even new, more broken combo than before. And this one I'm using Heinrichs for, so for all you Heinrichs enjoyers, you're going to like this. So he starts Warrior, can go into Executioner, and I've discovered that the chainsaw, because obviously you can get different ones that can multi-hits, I think it can do either 3 hits, 4 hits, or 5 hits, depending on the chainsaw. But I've discovered that the chainsaw will actually proc on charge, and for some reason the multi-hits also seem to bug out camaraderie badge, and I was doing 10 times my toughness bonus. I was given HP to allies for like 70 in testing, so I was like, well, how can I use this more? Wow. So I've actually set him up to abuse a little item that you get in Act 1 called Bloody Oath, and you can basically take 25% of your health using the ability Crimson Rage to get AP. However, there are items that you can get movement from using med packs, and you can also reduce the cost of them. So you can get a couple of extra AP to not only buff up, but get in those early attacks. So I've also put on the Pneumo Boots so he can charge further. So I could just switch to the chainsaw, so I'm all buffed up now. I've still got 3 AP, I was just showing off using a stim. But what I could do is I could charge in and get a bunch of hits from the charge. So if I just swap to the chainsaw. But the other thing, I want to test see if Breakthrough does the multi-hit. It'd be interesting to see. I know, obviously, charge, you can do that. But what's funny is because the dagger lowers it, you can actually give up your charge, because I already know charge does multi-proc, but what you can do is give up your charge so you can get movement on attacks and just remove your attack limit for the round. So, okay, first of all, let's use Where It Hurts. We're going to use the area attack, because the area attack will basically allow us to hit everyone 3 times, so we'll just absolutely demolish people. Because I'm an Executioner, proccing all these dots also heals me, so if I wanted to just like put on a really meaty firestorm, I could do that too. So yeah, so Inflame procs there. The damage is a little bit down because it's charged, but the actual slash costs 0 after the initial cast. But if I say I want to move over here, this would have been much meatier if I used Where It Hurts, but I'm going to be full health anyway. Or fairly close. So, yeah, so then I can obviously dash through there. Would have thought I could have dashed through there, but I guess not. But that's fine, I've still got Inflame. So we can double our fire damage. So that takes out a bunch of things. Then we can choose to dash another one, because we can use that as many times as we have agility bonus. So we can move over to this guy. Dash again. So the other thing is we can put some melting armor on this by constantly hitting that. So the damage looks low there, but that's just because these things have insane armor. So he's essentially completely crowd killed and wiped out everything down back there. So I'm going to set up my little areas here. But yeah, so if he's struggling to get through that, and I've already used his heroic action, well, desperate measure, should I say. Rather than struggle to try and take that out for his turn, what I could do is just move here, take out these boys, and then head down and take out the rest. So again, it'll do 3 attacks on each of them, but they're not going to survive it. There's a 1, 2, 3, bib, bib, bib. Yeah, so I'm going to use all that movement to actually get to the other group of enemies.
Get me a target.
So I can't charge, which is annoying, but that's because obviously I use a desperate measure. So if you want to use it before here. But I can recast Breakthrough. I've already used my attack, but we can then just break through.
But of course, Lord Captain.
So if I position this up, I could have done a little bit better to get through everything. But what I will do is stack up another Inflame, so that way when my other pyromancer takes his turn, he can also keep going and do some things. So now they should all try to stack up on Heinrichs, but he's so juiced up right now it doesn't really matter. Let's have a look what he's got here. Yeah, 119 dodge. These guys aren't going to hit him. But Kibellah, I've tried her as an assassin. She's not very good as an assassin. It only really works on the easier difficulties. I've checked what other builds people are running, and it's, yeah, they're just misleading. It's people playing on like daring or hard rather than unfair grimdark like I am. The problem is it gets harder to land the hits because you can't get your weapon score up high enough to really use it effective early game. There's not enough gear to really make much out of it. So it's way better to go into Executioner because you'll actually do a lot more proc in the bleeds, especially if you have other allies also as Executioner. And obviously the healing that she gets through Executioner is also really nice. So you can proc up a bunch of stuff, get loads of AP.
Trust me.
And she builds momentum really, really quickly as well. What's funny is Terrifying Strikes actually works from your death from above as well, which I didn't realise at first, but you can create the blood trail so you can get some like 0 AP movement by doing it. So there you go.
As honor ordains. As the tenets demand. The shadow that is a blessing.
Get some raining blood out, throw out a blood vial, jump in for some death from above, explode more things with this bloody mess, get some momentum, then we go into death walk. I don't have the one where you get heals from using the Carnival of Misery yet, but I'm working towards that. Yeah, look at this lady go. So just two characters here have essentially wiped out all the trash mobs just leaving the turrets.
Brings me no pleasure. Don't get too cocky.
So Jay, I'm going to use on my pyromancer to move them up. Like, the combos that I'm discovering here are absolutely insane. Normally I use a lot of bounty hunter looping to have like really crazy high stacks of like stats, but I don't need to. And because I've got really high checks, I've just got so many stims. I don't use them in every account. I actually only use them for the recording ones, just so I can show you like how juicy you can really push things. So let's self-buff here. Yep. And because of Blood Oath, I can get back that attack action. But I'm probably not going to use it here.
A wicked thought. You are marked for demise.
What I am going to do is set up this stim so I can buff up and really hit. I probably should use Blood Oath. But yeah, let's stack up some Inflame. Now this thing's on fire, so let's give it some smacks and see what happens. Noise. Okay, I've not actually used the proc yet because it doesn't seem to do from Blade Dance. But what I will do is further J. And then we'll use Press the Advantage. See what we can do here.
You've got a problem.
Not much. Well, given how high the armor is, it's not too bad. Tried DLC pistols. Absolutely nothing.
I can do that with the right incentive.
Alright, these are not good for armor bin. Luckily it's Pascal that my pyromancer's turn. It's weird she's going last, she's got such high agility. So yeah, Machine Spirit, add an exploit, Analyze, add exploit. It's got 108% armor after what I've done to it, so we're going to strip it over a little bit, so now it's under 80. We can mark it as prey. Let's shoot it. Let's get a free shot. Alright, so now the actual pyromancer's turn. So we're gonna, where it hurts, and smack it, and it should just explode because I've got so many dots on this. Yeah, that's a lot of damage. Yeah, no, this executioner stuff's out of control.